Good evening, my dear friends, from a very stormy and wet Cumbria, and it is good to invite you to this table. I pray that you can hear me okay. And I would like to say, just let's come back to our heart, our teacher. And in the stillness of this moment, let us just reflect on why we're here. Be still now and relax. And as we come around this table of love, we invite each other to take one another by the hand of spirit and to reaffirm within each other's heart that we are a beloved of God, a child of selfless love, and a part of that commitment is to find the divine in each other. We light this light in recognition of each other's gifting to the divine Father, Mother, God. And I would like to share with you the Celtic benediction, a blessing of welcome. Deep peace, pure white of the moon to you. Deep peace, pure green of the grass to you. Deep peace, pure brown of the earth to you. Deep peace, pure grey of the dew to you. Deep peace, pure blue of the sky to you. Deep peace of the running wave to you. Deep peace of the flowing air to you. Deep peace of the quiet earth to you. Deep peace of the shining stars to you. Deep peace of the Son of Peace to you. Be still now and just come back to your heart, your teacher, wherein lives the I Am presence of God. Be still. Be still. I would like for us to just recap on why 2012 was specifically important for us. It was important because we embraced Christ's consciousness. It was a special time for every light bringer of peace. And I would like you to embrace that peace, for Christ consciousness is the ever-present mystical expression of divine oneness, as it is embodied by the great wisdom teachers from all traditions, And we embrace the interspirituality of these teachers, recognizing that the ultimate message is one of love. Love for oneself and for one's neighbor, as well as for one's enemy. And through the example of a great eco-spiritual warrior, a 12th century mystic, a humble man, a simple man, Francis of Assisi, we model our lives on simplicity as interfaith Franciscans and strive to be stewards of Mother Earth, Gaia, and to be of service wherever we can. Just listen to your heart and reflect on those words. My brothers and sisters, and those who have not logged in, and those who may listen to this live recording, there is nothing more beautiful than to know that one has been called by name, called by the Father, Mother, God, to surrender one's heart and to embrace not a life of drudgery as former monks and nuns, but a life of freedom, a life of self-service that brings with it many, many, many blessings. But like every life, and we do live in the world, but the one thing that separates us is that we are not of the world. We live in it, but we do not have to engage with its dramas of fear. Allow me explain. And I come to this wonderful book, Entering the Castle. It's a journey of the soul seeking divine oneness. And if you who are listening, watching, remind yourself that you and I are on a very special journey. It's a journey about love. It's a journey about embracing who you truly are as a child of the light. And we begin with a simple prayer. And the prayer reads, I cross the bridge into the silent bliss of my castle. I close the drawbridge and forbid all outside influences from entry into this holy place that is my soul. Here in my castle, I am alone with God, and under God's light and companionship, I discover, yes, I discover the depth and the beauty of my soul, your soul. We embrace the power of prayer. We open ourselves to divine guidance, and we surrender ourselves to become as a channel of grace, healing, and service as God directs our lives. Isn't that a beautiful prayer? That your soul is perceived as a castle of light, not a castle of fear, but a castle of light, divine light. And the reason why many struggle in their own faith journey may be because of attachment to worry, to fear, maybe materialism. Allow me read to you a few nuggets of spiritual wisdom. Examining your attachments to the material world might seem at first a throwback, monastic discipline that has no role in your present life. But it is a valuable practice for changing your life as well as for healing illness, all illness. Any serious redirection or healing requires that you define what holds power over you and what you attempt to control or have power over. You locate the fragments of your spirit that you have left in your past with power objects, which can be anything from expensive property to social status to money or any material goods that symbolize authority for you or powerful people, and disentangle, detach, and collect them. We've all been there. And as we say in the United Kingdom, we've all eaten the rock and worn the t-shirt. This is, in fact, what you also do in therapy. Examine where you are entrenched in relationships or memories. Even if you are not ill or in therapy, if you want to become a conscious human being whose spirit, mind and body are integrated and whose actions are congruent with your values, you must examine all your relationships to power. Teresa of Avila instructed her nuns to develop a heightened awareness to any and all sources of emotional stress, attachments, and possible struggles that manifest themselves in the world. No monastic wall, no matter how high or thick, can prevent competition or jealousy. But as the sisters gained awareness of the causes of their struggles, as we do here as pilgrims on this amazing journey, you too can find that peace. And all you have to do is surrender your heart. Surrender your heart to love. What does that say to you? Profoundly insightful and therapeutic as her methods are, Teresa would not have called this inner work healing. But we would, and we do, which is a difference worth noting. Healing is a major theme in contemporary spiritual culture. We have woven spiritual practices into the health industry, and the result is that our spiritual paths and our healing paths often become one and the same. Teresa believed, as do many spiritual masters, that attachments are distractions from the soul's ultimate calling to become an intimate companion of God. Your attachments buffer you from the presence of God, and they do so in your life. They substitute for contact with the divine. Reflect on those words. Reflect on what are they saying to you. Attachments. What are attachments? We need at the end of each day to make time just to reflect on who we are, to reflect on why we're here, to reflect on our soul's purpose, and not to go into a new day feeling sad, dispirited, angry, or a non-achiever for God. It is so easy to give in. In fact, it's easier to give in to self-pity and despair, frustration, anger, and victimhood than it is to face your fear. But I share with you again a very simple model that really does work. And it's rooted in the ancient teachings of the Therapeutae Essenes of Mount Sinai in Egypt. A philosophy, a way of life, goes back 8,000 years. And that philosophy had an impact on many of the world's great spiritual teachers going back centuries. The Lord Buddha, Vishnu, Ganesh, Krishna, Sri Chinmoy, Jesus, the Divine Feminine, Magdalena, Gandhi, Martin Luther King, Corrie ten Boom, Osho, Rumi, Mia Baba, Bahula. So how do we release these feelings of attachment to self, to power, to fear? If we do not face them, then we are not living a lived life in service to love. We are in fact living a life controlled by fear. So let us now come to this table of love And at this table, I would like you to invite your spiritual teacher. Whoever your teacher is, they are welcome at this table. And I would like you to ask them for their courage and strength from the words of wisdom which you will have read over and over. For me, the Catholic Christian who embraces all faiths, as instructed by Jesus and Francis of Assisi. We are guided by the teachings of the Christ to call on the Beloved and ask for help. And that help is a fresh outpouring of divine love that will empower our heart, take control of our life with and only with the power of God, not with the power of therapy, not with the power of ego, but only with the power of the divine. So what does the divine ask you to do? Be comfortable, feel safe, and know you are loved. So from that premise, we look at what is holding us back. Is it our sexuality? Is it our addictions? Is it our low self-worth or low self-esteem? Is it our poverty consciousness? Is it our lack of trust in other people because we have been let down so many times by others? A natural response to protect oneself. Let us name the problem. Name it, because it's yours and mine. And let us use the power of the divine within us to bless it. And then we bring it as a humble offering to God, and we say, I surrender this to you. For it is too great a burden. It weighs me down. It has an impact of negativity on my spiritual growth and development, resulting in a lack and a loss of freedom. So we give it to God. We stand back. And all we do is say, thank you, God. Thank you for releasing me of this burden. And you go on praising the divine every day you live. You may not feel it has been resolved, but the moment you say thank you, you release the currency of divine love into your heart. And that manifests itself in how you respond. So let us be still. Let us be still at this table. And let us visualize before us the cosmic Christ with the divine feminine aspect of God. Let us take a deep breath. Now hold it. And now release that out-breath to the Christ. And as we breathe in again, let us hold that in-breath. And now release and relax. And sense the peace of your God. And now connect with the rhythm of your breathing as a child of God. Be still now. And as you sit there, quietly relaxed and sensing the peace of God, something is happening. Visualize the cosmic Christ standing up and walking towards you. He now comes to you. He stands behind you. Sense him leaning over you, placing his arms around your chest. But he's bringing his hands over your battered, wounded heart, torn by man's inhumanity to man. And you sense a love in that caress. It is not a sexual love, it is divine love. And from his hands, there is a great surge of love flowing from his hands directly into your heart. And something is happening there. The heart that was fluttering with anxiety is now coming back to normal sinus rhythm. The headaches and the tensions are dissipating. You sense an inner peace. A calmness comes over you. And waves of that inner peace and healing love flows right down throughout every part of your body, out through your feet to Mother Earth. And she is blessing you now. She is protecting you. And in that gentle embrace of the cosmic Christ, your mind, your body, and your spirit are being realigned with your higher self, and all is well. And through your third eye, you can see the face of the Christ. There is no anger here, only love. There is no condemnation, but acceptance. And you now know deep within the recesses of your soul that you are truly loved, a child of the Father, Mother God. Now sense the blessing of God, enfolding you, empowering you to name, to bless, to release the skeletons hidden within the recesses of your closed mind. And suddenly you feel a release. You feel lightheaded. And you sense the peace of God. You sense the strength of your God-Goddess. And all around you, there is peace. Perfect peace. Selfless love is reawakening you to your truth, allowing you to face any attachments in your life. Hand them over and take back your power as a beloved of God. Embrace and full. Now hold and listen to the voice of your God.